Hello, Kerry here. Today I'm going to paint a coneflower. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a light wash on top, and I'm going to do some loose washes for the background. I'm going to use my Hake brush. The petals I've drawn in with Inktense pencil, so it's going to run a bit, but that's okay because I can tighten that up later. So I'm just going to wet the paper. Now the paper I'm using is good quality. It's Saunders Waterford. I'm going to add some more of the sap green. I have this lovely sort of like bluey green mix here. I'm going to have a more yellowy green, but it's a lovely bright green. Love it. It's a nice colour. Oops, I splashed some on my painting already. Never mind. So that's that. I'm also going to mix up some of the orange. I think I might use some of the Chinese orange because that would be rather nice. So let's get that moving. That's in, this is it. This is my green and blue palette, and this is my red and yellow palette. And this is the Chinese orange by Echinacea, I think. Had it for a long time. It's a lovely colour. Yes, that'll be very nice. And I might add in some pink. How strange, got a dash of blue on there. Let's see if I can get that off. Ah, don't know why that's happened. The good thing about the Saunders Waterford is it can take a bit of bashing. There we go, that can go. That can stay there. There we go. Funny marks. It's because I set the palette down on it, I think. Must have some blue underneath. Right, so I've done some orange and I want some pink as well. And the good thing is, I love using pink. So I like the excuse to use pink. I think I might as well have the permanent rose being as it's on the brush. So I'm going to add some of that in the background. Actually, I'm going to add it onto the petals as well, I think. I might as well. So the layer I'm putting down at the moment isn't very important, it's just covering the paper. I like to get the paper properly covered, so that's a bit there. And I'm going to add some of the orange, and then I'm going to work around that. So some of the orange in the background there, a bit there. And then we'll add the orange here. I guess I'm really concerned about how I'm going to do the cone, but never mind. So we've got to work out fine in the end. I want it to be fairly loose actually. We'll see. I'm not very good at being loose. I do tend to veer towards fairly tight paintings, but I'm trying to be looser. The stem is green there as well. Put a bit of green up here. Let these colours run together now. Put some of it there as well. And we're going in with the goldy green there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage these colours to flow together by spraying it and moving it around. There we go. So this Saunders Waterford I have here is a very heavy weight, so it doesn't need to be taped down properly. This is taped down with parcel tape. That's looking nice. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of salt down on the, where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it on the grass, I think. And I'm going to let this dry naturally. This is too soon. Just going to do a little bit. I don't want to do too much. There we go. I'm going to let that do its own thing. I shall come back and we shall start the rest of the painting. It'll be a lot lighter when I come back. And I'm going to zoom in a bit more. I'm going to come in now and I'm going to do some of the darker colours. I'm going to get a smaller brush for that. I'll go for number 6. Go for number 6. And what I'm going to do is there's some darker bits in between these petals and some darker bits underneath here. I'm going to work on those and that'll help me a bit more with the shape. And then I can start doing some more details on the actual petals. I'm going to speed this up slightly and put some music on. Okay, so I'm at this stage now. All I have to do really is just a little bit of tidying up, finish off this cone area. I've got a bit of a dribble there, which I'm going to show you how I lift off. So basically get some toilet tissue or some other tissue, and then you use a hard bristle brush. These are actually made for this job. A Matthew Palmer lift out brush. But you can use, I used to use ordinary bristle. And I'm just going to wet it, scrub at it a little bit. Now the good thing about the Saunders Waterford 100% cotton paper is it allows me to do this. If I was using my Bockingford paper, it would be pilling by now. So this does a great job. I just want to get rid of that bit of green that had dribbled down there. I put some green on and I put it upright so I could look at it from a distance. And then went and left it and it ran. There we go, that's got rid of that. Tidy up that bit there, lovely. And over here I'm going to try and lift out some of the pink. I don't know if it'll work. Just want a bit less pink on there. It's worth a try. Because I want this to be a bit brighter there. And I'm going to soften that edge as well. That's a bit better. I'm going to soften this edge here. Too much water there, so I'll soften that a bit. So that's a petal behind, and we don't quite know what's going on with it. And because it's around the edge, it should be softer. There. Right, now I'm going to try to figure out how to do this. It's kind of difficult, I'm finding it. So I've wet my paints, because obviously this is the next day. I don't know if you can tell, but the light is a bit brighter and everything. So I'm just going to suggest, I was going to put in all these sort of like rows of the pistils. I'm not sure if that's what they're called, but rows of them, but I thought that's too difficult to do accurately. So what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to loosen that there. Yes, I do. Loosen that green a bit. It's a bit harsh there. I'm going to come in with some more of the orange. I'm just going to suggest these shapes on top. Loosen that a bit as well. So it can be quite brutal with this good quality paper. There we go. Right, now I'm going to mix up some of the colours. I've got some of the orange. That's already done. That's practically all Chinese orange actually. I think I do put a teeny tiny bit of the, you can't see it, let's move it into shot. Here it is, this is the Chinese orange, and I put a tiny bit of the permanent rose in, just to warm it up a little bit. And now I'm going to mix up some of the darker colour, and what I'm going to do is sort of like a greeny brown, do sort of like a blotting technique. See how that looks as it dries. Might not be dark enough. Sorry about the noisy traffic. I sit in a window and I've got a road that goes past me and there's a lot of farm vehicles going by today. It's a beautiful sunny day, so they're making the most of it, which is very sensible. Here we go. Right, I'm going to now put it on fast and I'll stop talking now, put on some jaunty music so you can just watch what I'm doing. If you have any questions, pop it down in the comments below and I will answer them. Okay, now that's looking a lot better. What I'm now going to do are some splatters, but I'm going to cover up these with some paper or some tissue. I don't want splatter on those, but I wouldn't mind it everywhere else. So I'm just going to cover that up there like that. Oh, lovely. Love it. Let's do some of the pink. It just loosens everything up, the appearance, if you add splashes. It's easier on the eye. Let's have this gorgeous pink. Oof. There. Ta-da. I'm quite happy with that. Shall I do the taking off the brown tape bit? Do you enjoy that? Let me know if you do down below. I always get a bit nervous about it because it sometimes tears, but it might be better on this paper. And here we are, a nice loose coneflower, Echinacea, done in watercolors with just a tiny bit of gouache. I really like the paper. It stood up to a lot of bad treatment, so I can recommend Saunders Waterford. I've been using it for a long time. I have a good stash of Bockingford because I use that for my acrylic paintings. So I have done some videos with the Bockingford, but this is light, so different. So different. I've really enjoyed it, and it didn't tear on the edges when I peeled it off. The only place it sort of caught was where the watermark, the Saunders Waterford watermark was up there. That's okay. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you want to have a go, give it a go. Don't do what I did at the beginning where I put the green stripes in, because that doesn't, you don't need to do that. That's the only thing I'd change. I wouldn't have done that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.